Hey everybody, it's me again, Lapuzon, and today we are doing a reaction video for Solo Leveling, Episode 7. Let's see how far I can go. Just to recap last episode, so Jinwoo fought the spider last episode and defeated it. Before that, they were betrayed by the party. I guess they were doing this. They were probably doing this to other weaker hunters before taking advantage of them. It seemed like it. And I guess the leader of that party has a brother that's connected that's probably a higher tiered hunter. So we don't know anything about him. I guess we may find out about him in this episode, possibly, or later down the line. There were only two survivors of that dungeon that they went through, which is Jinwoo and Jinho, which was the tank that wasn't part of that scheme. I guess they were gonna betray him too and steal his armor. And he had expensive armor, so he came from a wealthy family as well. And yeah, Jinho suspects that Jinwoo is a false ranker, which are people who falsely register their magical powers to be lower so that they can fight monsters for fun, I guess. Maybe on a solo ground or something like that, which we know is not the case. It's only because Jinwoo has leveled up. But yeah, what I predict about this episode, based off the title, I feel like Jinwoo is probably going to try to fight something of a higher tier, possibly. Maybe a B tier, because the spider was a C tier monster, and he defeated that solo. So the next step, obviously, is the B tier. But yeah, that's based off the title. Let's see how far I can go. It looks like he's gonna try to push his limits or something. So we'll see. He is stronger now, but I don't know if he's B tier stronger now. But as we know, the next progression step is B tier, so we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to this episode. I've been looking forward to this episode all week, so here we go. Episode 7. Let's see how far I go. Alright, that was episode 7. Let's see how far I can go. Well, another banger of an episode for solo leveling. Where do we begin here? Let's start with the Huang brother. I remember the manager saying that he was quote unquote infamous, so he must have a bad reputation amongst the hunters, is what I'm getting at. And it kind of feels like it based off his character, because he seems like, for lack of a better word, a dickbag, just like his brother. I mean, he was his goal is to kill Jinwoo and Jinho with no evidence other than that they're the only two that lived in that dungeon and his brother didn't come out. And he must know that his brother's a dickbag. Because they don't seem like good people. I hate that guy, like his brother. So, I don't know. I don't like him. I already don't like this guy. I hope Jinwoo becomes strong enough to just murk this guy. Because F this guy. I don't like him. Screw him. I hope he dies quick. Jinwoo looks like he has the innate ability called health and longevity, or I guess a skill, and it makes him immune to toxic and abnormal conditions. So it looks like he can drink alcohol, but he can't get drunk, unfortunately, because it detoxes him immediately. And also, when he fought the Cerberus, he was able to counter the negative effects of the poison that he acquired from that instance dungeon boss. That's a really good ability. And the weird thing is, he acquired this ability after he completed the quest in the double dungeon where he first got his first quest. So I'm kind of wondering now. I'm kind of wondering, has Jinwoo always had the capacity for like quests? Like it wasn't the dungeon that triggered the quest, but Jinwoo always had the capacity of it? Or because of Jinwoo, he was the one that triggered the double dungeon? I don't know. I have like all these theories in my head right now. I'm trying to figure out, trying to piece together, but I can't put it in one place at the moment. It's like all over the place right now. But yeah. Also, his ability lets him heal his limbs as well, because he mentioned like after he completed that dungeon, he acquired that skill. So, and as we know, he lost an arm and a leg. So, because of the skill that he acquired, he regenerated his arm and leg. There's also other things that looks like that regenerates his limbs as well, but we'll talk about that later. Jinho looks like he's offering like 30 billion. I'm assuming it's won because it's Korean, right? To Jinwoo. I guess he wants to make a guild. They need like an S ranked for the guild leader, so I'm guessing he wants Jinwoo to like boost Jinho up. Why they're doing it, it looks like they want possibly more profit or fame or something. They mentioned Jinho's brother too, but I don't know what his role is yet. I think he's the older brother. Yeah, because I think they said Jinho is the younger brother. So I wonder to what capacity Jinho's brother is going to play in this. But we do know that Jinwoo is not quite S rank yet. Although we can question it after the battle at the end of this episode. And then we find out with the daily training. It looks like he's gotten used to the daily training. But we did find out that he can double up on the daily training. I don't know if this is a one-time thing or anything, but it looks like it did give him like better rewards. Instead of like, I think before he only got like what, +3 ability points to allocate. He got +10 for this one. And then it looks like he can acquire either a blessed or cursed loot box. He chose the blessed one, which gave him the S rank key to an instance to fight that Cerberus. But I'm kind of wondering what's in the cursed loot box. Like, what is it going to give him? Blessed sounds good, but cursed, why would he do it? Maybe there is some good stuff, or maybe he'll need some items in the cursed loot box. Or maybe it's like something like he can get items that can debuff enemies, possibly. I don't know. But doubling up his regiment, it feels like it'll make him stronger in terms of like real world standards, because he is doubling up his training now. So I think this is going to help him. Because if you remember in a previous episode, I think it was last episode or I forget which, the chairman mentioned like, oh, we can't level up our magics, but we can physically, like, we can still train our bodies to become stronger. And I kind of feel like this is what is happening. The daily training, this is what the daily training is giving Jinwoo. So doubling up on that is obviously going to make him stronger in that sense. But of course we know he's going to get stronger in more ways than one, because he's, I guess, quote unquote special. And then he finds out after getting the blessed loot box key that the reward for that is the elixir of life. So I guess this is like a goal for him, because What it does is it can cure any ailment. So he's looking at it as a cure for his mother. But of course, it's not as easy as we think it is. He has to acquire items from a dungeon, S rank dungeon, that he feels he's not ready for. So he does need to get stronger. Maybe he may take that. He may take that offer from Jinho for the 30 billion. I don't know what he would need the 30 billion for, though. I'm kind of thinking about it. It's like, what would he need it for? Yeah, I have no clue. I mean, like, he can save it for his mother, pay off the schooling for his sister. They mentioned those two. It's like, what can he do with 30 billion? And then when he does enter the S rank instance, it looks like he had to face the Hell's Gatekeeper's Cerebus. I thought it was going to be a normal mob, but I guess it, like its name says, it's a gatekeeper leading to, I guess, a wider dungeon. It felt like he barely defeated it. I mean, we can say he barely defeated it because he didn't need to use like healing items. He had to use his full recovery. He had to use that special item that he got from that instance dungeon. So I'm kind of wondering, is this monster like S rank or is it lower, like an A rank possibly? Because if it is S rank, then he's able to defeat S rank enemies, right? Maybe it's an S rank, but like a common mob. I mean, like a common mob guarding a gate is not well. I was gonna say not something special, but that's not the case. It's still S rank, right? I don't know. But yeah, he had to use his total recovery, and his total recovery, it looked like it regenerated his arm too, because he lost his arm before that. So that's another way for him to regenerate limbs or like organs, I guess. And then I did mention that he used the Kasaka's venom gland, and of course, because of the first skill that he got from the first quest that he got, he was immune to the side effects, which I think was like negative 35% strength from damaged muscles or something like that. So he only got the positive effects from it, which is like minus 20% physical damage taken. I'm assuming. I feel like this would encourage him to do more instance dungeons, so that he can like farm it. Because I mean, he still had like good reason to do it. Like he can farm it for weapons. He could farm it for the in-game currency, which actually came into effect this episode too, because he used the currency to buy healing items, which didn't do a ton. I feel like this would encourage him more to farm instance dungeons, because it looks like it did help him in the end fighting this Cerebus. Yeah, that was episode 7. Let's see how far I can go. Hey everybody, it's me again, Lafuzan, and today we are doing a reaction video for Solo Leveling episode 8. This is frustrating. Just to recap on the last episode, Jinho offered Jinwoo 30 billion, I'm assuming won, whatever their currency is, to join his guild that he's trying to create. I guess his dream is to become a guild master. I guess to promote his family's business, possibly? I didn't get all that. But it looks like he's trying to form a guild, and he wants Jinwoo to be part of it. And then we find out that the brother has suspicions. The Huang brother, I forget his name, has suspicions that his brother may have been murdered by an E and D rank hunter, which is Jinwoo and Jinho. I'm pretty sure he knew about his brother's dealings and that he's a dickbag too. But it seems like he's a high rank hunter as well, so I guess we're gonna find out what's gonna happen between them, right? Sometime soon, possibly. And then Jinwoo figures out that he can make the elixir of life to help heal his mother. But in order to do that, he needs to gather items from the S rank dungeon, which I don't think he's prepared for yet. I think he's going to get it over time, but it's going to be difficult for him until he levels up some more. I don't know if it's going to be like a limited time thing. Hopefully it's not, but yeah, he's going to need those S rank items in order to craft that item. And then he was able to defeat the what is it? Hell's Gatekeeper Cerebus. That's where he got the crafting recipe from for the Elixir of Life. And we do find out that he has an ability called Total Recovery, which is why how he got his limbs back in the first place from the first dungeon that we see him in the first episode. Well, it's like the first two episodes, right? So it looks like it's that ability that's healing his limbs for him. And I guess that has the same effect with the item Total Recovery. Because in the episode before last, we saw him use a Total Recovery. No, actually, no. The last episode, we saw him use a Total Recovery while fighting the Cerebus. And then he recovered one of his limbs. I think it was an arm, right? He also has an ability where he is immune to poison, which, well, toxic and abnormal conditions. So he's not able to get poisoned, but he's also not able to get drunk too in real life. Well, outside the dungeon, I should say. And that's unfortunate. But it's a good ability to have inside the dungeon. Regarding this episode, based off the title, this is frustrating. I feel like he's going to run into that Huang brother. He might get beat up or something. I don't know. Something frustrating must happen here. Because he can't hide for long. Jinwoo can't hide for long how strong he's gotten. So people are going to see that. And I'm pretty sure that's going to bring up more attention towards that Huang brother guy. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to happen. He still needs to get info on them, more info on them, right? I mean, I guess he has enough info on both Jinwoo and Jinho to know who they are and where they are based out of. This is episode 8. This is frustrating. And start.
難病を治すアイテムか。この薬があれば母さんの溺水症も治せるかもしれない。命の浸水を作るためには3つのアイテムが必要だ。どれもまだ手に入れられてないが、どこにあるかは分かりきっている。
Yeah,
だが今の実力であの門をくぐるのは自殺行為になる。
right.
もっとレベルが
Barely survived that Cerebus.
引き受けてくださるんですか。状況が変わった。君が提案した19回の C 級レイド参加受けるよ。
Nice.
ただし一つ条件がある。はい、何だっておっしゃってください。君と俺、二人で行くことだ。
Oh,
僕と兄貴の二人で C 級ダンジョンをクリアするってことですか。そういうことだ。
interesting.
ですが C 級ゲートに入るにはメンバーが少なくとも8人必要。
I guess he doesn't want to flaunt his power.
人数合わせを使うんだよ。ファンドンソクの使ってた方法と同じだ。でも危険すぎませんか。ものは考えようだ。俺たち二人が無事なら19回のレイドを怪我人ゼロで終えることができる。
Right,
19回連続無事故の攻撃隊。親父さんに実力を認めてもらう絶好の材料じゃないか。
right. It would look super good. Oh, this is that S rank girl. I like that they're showing that they're training their physical bodies too. To show that it's not just about the magical ability. Did he do double again?
もう規定の回数以上はカウント。
Oh, it's only a one-time thing.
やはり以前のシークレットクエストで選択しなかった呪いのランダムボックスを手に入れる機会を失ったということ。
Yeah. Huh.
悪魔城の鍵とは
So how is he able to get it?
いや、通常のランダムボックスだって、この前のインスタンスダンジョンの鍵みたいに
Right, 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 right.
まだ。
What do you get? What? What? A bingo card? What?
やっぱり師範にはかないません。
Oh,
まだまだ勝ちは譲らんさ。でも、やはり残念です。全力の師範と立ち会いたかった。またそれだ。もう何ヶ月も経つというのに。
damn. That sucks.
緊急招集か。低級ハンターは雑用のような呼び出しが多い。師範は本当に引退なされないのですか？引退？
Damn. Yeah, after that.
確かにな。片腕を失った老いぼれなんぞ足手まといにしかならんかもな。いえ、そういうわけでは。だが腕は失ったが拾った命だ。さほど長くもない人生だが、どうせなら世の中に貢献するために使いたい。
See, I like this guy. Such a good guy.
次のレイドが決まった。
ねえ、あなた、そろそろハンターの仕事やめてくれない？
またその話。
It's a difficult choice. It's risky, yeah.
この前のレイドも大勢亡くなって、あなたも危ないところでギリギリ逃げてきたんでしょ？
ん？ああ。おお。でも来年からうんちは幼稚園だし、うんはも中学だ。金はいるよ。
Mm.
そうだけど。
大丈夫さ。教会だって危険なダンジョンには俺らみてえな低級なハンターは呼ばねえよ。前のが特別だっただ。
Are they all going to be in a job together again?
あんた、最近連絡よこさへんけど、ちゃんとやってきてんの？うん。仕事はどうなん？うん。まあ。
Damn.
昔からこんなになんやから、ハンターなんて辛いだけなんとちゃう？ B 級やって？他の人ならそれなりに強いんやろうけど、あんたじゃ足手まといになるだけとちゃうの？帰ってきてうちの仕事手伝い。お父さんも心配して。勝手に話進めんといてよ。自分のことは自分で決めれるからほっといて。ちょっと何や。
Is she going to get the job too? This is going to be another reunion. Or a reunion, not another reunion.
でももうちょっと頑張ってみよう。
I'll say I was going to say Jinwoo was useless the first time around, but he actually wasn't. He was the most, I wouldn't say the calmest, but he was trying to think things through.
最近多いね。
まあな。
この前まではゲートに行っては怪我して休んでを繰り返してたのに。鍛えたせいか？
かもな。何にせよ安定して稼げるようになったんだ。いいことだろ。
Right, he's capable now too.
で、お兄ちゃん荷物は？
大丈夫だ。
Right, she doesn't know
ちょっと。
about his inventory.
コンビニ行くんじゃないんだから。
So can he store like normal things in his inventory? I wonder.
君は孫さん。まさかとは思ったが、孫くんじゃないか。お久しぶりです。
Nice.
こんなところでまた会うとは。
He gave him good advice too.
でもあのあどけない少年はどこに行ったんだ。数ヶ月でこんなにも人は変わるものなのか。
Damn, that's how long it's been? A few months?
でも孫さんは。私は怪我を負ってから時間が経ちすぎたようだ。だが構わないさ。それよりも君が無事だとは教会員から聞いていたが、こうしてまた会えて嬉しいよ。孫さんはどうしてここに？
Same job.
教会に呼ばれたんだ。D 級だそうだ。
Oh.
孫さんですか？
Is that the dungeon? least he gets to see his growth. Oh, wow. Wait, why is it all the same people again? I think the other girl's missing, right? But it's too much of a coincidence that's all the same people.
はいお久しぶりです
背もすごく伸びてるし、足もやっぱりお見舞いに行った時にはもう
お見舞い
What's happening?
こっちにも若い女がいるじゃねえかなんだそっちの兄ちゃんとできてんのか俺たちとの静かにしろ
Why?
遠足じゃないんだぞ
それでは一般ハンターの皆さんには説明を行いますので、こちら
Huh.
これは一体
こちらは本日皆さんと同行する代役服役者になります。
大役服役者犯罪者と一緒に戦う
Right?
というのですか
Why?
犯罪を犯したハンターですが、厳刑が目的ですので危険行為をしたりはしません。この区域のハンターが減って人手が足りないのです。ご理解ください。
This is messed up. It's too much of a coincidence that you got 5 hunters that were in a tragic incident together again with convicts.
なのでご安心ください。
なんだか不安ですジュヒさんは参加を見送ってください
ジムさんは
俺は行きます
それなら私も行きます。
わかりましたいや自由って最高だ俺ら奴隷でもないのにこんな扱いありっすか黙れお前らは服役囚少しでも勝手な真似をしたら
Is he gonna go in there with them?
ハンター協会監視官の鑑定職と申します彼らは僕が責任を持って監視します
Hmm.
ご安心ください本日のレードでは誰が先頭に立ちますか孫君私がリーダーをしても構わないかはいもちろんありがとうまた機会をくれて孫さんあの日私のせいで7人も亡くなった全員を守れなかった私の責任は大きい
I wouldn't blame him completely for it. He was the leader, yes, but he was very
君以外の5人を代表していい
democratic about it. Like, they had a vote.
孫さん顔を上げてください
I'm pretty sure he voted against it to proceed.
も構わないか私がリーダーをしても好きにしてください
He's not just there for the convicts, too.
ダンジョンでは私が先頭を務めます
Is he trying to observe Jinwoo?
行きましょうそれじゃあ行くとするかダンジョンへ
Alright, that was episode 8. This is frustrating. We'll start with the ending part, actually. I think it's too much of a coincidence that they gathered 5 hunters that were in a tragic incident together again. And I believe there's one hunter that's missing. The other female hunter, I don't know what happened to her. Maybe she retired completely. But it's too much of a coincidence to gather 5 people that were together that so many people died from. And then on top of that, they have 3 convicts teaming up with them. And an overseer from the Hunters Guild. Kang Taishik? I'm kind of wondering what their goal is. Are they really shorthanded that they had to hire convict hunters? Kang gave Jinwoo a very observant look. Like he was kind of interested in what's going on with Jinwoo, possibly. I feel like he's not just there for the convicts, but possibly to see how much Jinwoo has grown. That may be a possibility. Because I'm pretty sure the Hunters Guild has seen reports of the survivors of the previous hunting incident, where only 2 survivors came out and the rest died, which is Jinho. The only 2 that survived was Jinho and Jinwoo. So I'm sure the Hunters Guild had gotten that report. So maybe he's there to observe Jinwoo to see how much stronger he's gotten. And then they mention the Jeju Island incident. So that was the beginning sequence of the anime in the very first episode, the very first scene where they're fighting the ants. It looks like they lost some S ranks from that. I'm assuming they lost the S ranks. Their name was Unseok and Byunggu. Yeah, I'm assuming that they died during that incident. And it looks like they couldn't defeat everything there, because it looks like it has been sealed off. It may be a dungeon break that they couldn't contain, that not even the S ranks could contain. And then I forgot the chairman, the glasses chairman with the 5 rings. But he says he wants to... Wait, was it him or the other guy? One of them said that they wanted to gather stronger allies to see if they can quell what's going on in Jeju Island. But then the public only gets an annual report about what's going on in Jeju Island. So there must be something going on at Jeju Island more than what we hear at the moment. I don't know what exactly. Are they like farming like magic items there or something? Is that why they keep it open like that? I don't know. It feels like they're hiding something in Jeju Island. But it looks like the chairmans of those 2 chairmans of those guilds, I forget their name. Looks like their goal is to try to defeat all the monsters that are on Jeju Island. I feel like that's like an endgame thing, possibly. I don't know. Or it may be a stepping stone for something else. And then Jinwoo accepts Jinho's request to join his guild. But Jinwoo wants to handle all the 10 C rank missions required to make a guild as a duo with Jinho. It feels like he's trying to hide his ability as much as possible, which makes sense. I think he just doesn't want to stick out. But of course, they need to contract people to come because it's required that you need a certain amount of people for C rank missions. So I wonder how they're going to go about that. It's possible that he's going to use minimal abilities as possible. I don't know, honestly. And then Jinho's father mentioned the need for resources for the infrastructures. So we find out now why like the business isn't doing as well, because they need to get those resources. But in order to get those resources, they need those they need to get the items from the dungeons to use as resources. But the thing is, the Hunters Guild is not getting the full amount of like resources from the dungeon. It's the other guilds that are benefiting from it the most. So it looks like Jinho's father wants to get in on that to get the resources for those infrastructures. So yeah, it looks like it's coming from a business angle here. And I guess Jinho, as a son of a businessman, I guess he wants to help his father. But I feel like he has more to him than that. Maybe he like actually does want to be a hunter, like a good hunter. I don't know, honestly. I feel like there's more to Jinho though. And then the problem with Jinwoo for his daily quests is he can't double up. That was like a one-time thing, it looks like. So we're kind of wondering how he's going to get more cursed loot boxes, because that's what he needs, right? In order to enter the instance dungeon, that he needs the items to farm for the cure for his mother. I remember the list said blessed loot box 2. So we don't know what that is, or if it's something that he'll need as well. How he's going to acquire those? Ooh boy. That's a toughie. It has to be from a special quest, right? Because when he did the double training, it was a special quest. So how he acquires a special quest? Ah, man, there must be different criterias for it. We'll find out eventually, but man, I don't know what the trigger is for it. But yeah, that was episode 8. This is frustrating. And if you like my reaction, please leave a like to help my channel out. Also, leave a comment down below if there's any details I may have missed or misread. Again, no spoilers, please. Keep it within the episode or anything before the episode or anything that was left out from the manhwa. I would appreciate knowing more info, but nothing that will spoil me for the future, you know? And if you want to see more reactions from me, please hit that subscribe button for updates. Thank you for watching. Zon out. Bye-bye.